Hello, my fellow board gamers, and welcome. Today I bring you an overview of Greendale. We've got the designer just at the top there, and it's brought to us by these guys at the bottom right. Now, if you have to run through, check out the video I'll be bringing you guys next week. Now, this game plays 3 to 5 players, takes about 90 minutes, which is about right, and it's that medium complexity game. And we are heading into the future running corporations. We will be trying to make profit and, more importantly, be sustainable in a host of these sustainability projects on the left here. Now, you will start with a certain amount of income, which is kept track of on this row here. You've also got your income that'll be kept track here as you go throughout the game. You got your victory points on the outside for the win. It'll be played over 10 rounds here. This is kind of a tech tree where as you go up for your environment, your jobs, your social and your research, depending on which project you invest your corporation's money in, you'll be getting victory points based on how the consumers and the public see and approve of your actions. You've got this kind of globe here where you'll be putting your infrastructure across there, and there'll be some competition and cooperation, which I'll go through as well. Now, the game plays over 4 sort of phases to a round, and this is a really great useful guide here. So at the top you can see we're going to be number 1 auction, and this will determine the starting player. So you've all got these kind of rondelles here, or little sort of spinny things, and you're going to secretly bid your opening amount. So let's just say 3 coins there. Next player goes 5 and then 4. So you reveal all those, and that will determine the player order here. So let's just say browns win, then whites and greys. You reduce your income on the next step, which is the accounting. So you can see you go down, you adjust your bid from the auction, and it tells you what to do if there's a break in tie as well. You then gain income, so depending on where you are on this track here, you will boost up your cash. So you've got some more liquidity around you. And then the starting player goes into the investment phase. Now, the investment phase is all about choosing whether you're going to go for one of these sustainability projects or one of these actions. And if you do go for an action, you've also got the option to go for a loan as well, and you can pay that back on a future investment turn, and you only get 1 chance to pay the loans. And I'll kind of show you the loan card. Here you go. They work from low to high. You can see you're going to gain 12 money. You're going to have to pay back 14 at some point. And when you do pay this back, if you partially pay it, you're going to, for each coin you've not paid back, you're going to lose 2 victory points. And you've got up to the 10th round to pay those, so they can bolster up your finances in the meantime. Now, depending on which side you choose, you can also as well do a PR action, and you can do dividends, which I'll kind of go through now. So your PR then is this card, which kind of stays out here, and you can pay 2, 3 or 4 to gain 1, 2 or 3 PR chips. There's only so many here, so once the 3s are gone, they're gone, and these will come back into play once certain PR actions come out. So let's just say you wanted to do a sustainability project. You've got the 4 types here, which match the tech trees. And now when you look at these, you can see social here. This one is, it's going to be a strength of 3, and that's the impact on your sort of commitment to those social aspects. Now, this is visiting service for the elderly, and you can see on the far left is the cost is going to be 7 coins, so you knock that off your cash flow. The hand symbol's your income, so you're going to go down for income, but you're going to go up 10 victory points for your great service here. Now, when you buy one of these, this on the far left is kind of the setup, is the current ones, and the ones on the right are the future ones, so they will come into play on the next round. So you take this here, you'd adjust the relevant tracks, go down on your cash, go up on your income or down, and you'd gain your victory points as well. You'd also take a matching sort of display card here, so you take this one here matching the number 3, and when it comes to expansion, that will go on the globe, and that'll have an impact on things as well. And you'll also go up whatever the number is 3, you'll go look at the track, and let's just assume this was the, what was it, the white there, the brown player first. They go up on the track for 3 on the red. So boom, boom, they're now in the lead, and I'll show you the importance of that shortly. So they've purchased that investment, and looking back at the card, they can't actually do one of these actions if that focuses. Now the actions, let's have a sneaky peek. So again, you've got the future ones and you've got the current ones. So cluster at the end of the game, so you can see it, the symbol at the top, that kind of orange card, not orange, purple card, means at the end of the game you receive plus 12 victory points for the square of 4 projectiles. So you can see you're going to 0 victory points, 0 income increase, but you're going to have to pay 1. Specialization here, define 1 sustainability character. So I'm not going to, but they've got a host of descriptions on these, and that's an infinity symbol at the top right as well. So these again give you some variation and flavor to the game. Now if you do decide to do one of these actions, you can also take a loan, which I've already gone through, and there's also this tax refund card, which if you're running out of things to do or you're not quite interested in any of the actions, you can come here, you can receive for free 1 PR token, whichever the highest value is, or $4, and that's great. So not only are you gaining money this round, but you haven't spent any, which gives you more capabilities on future rounds to maybe win the bid, sort of a bit of a catch-up mechanism. So once you have chosen either to take a sustainability project or one of those actions and a loan there if required, you can do a PR action, which I've kind of shown you, and dividends. So dividends is all about paying your wealth to the shareholders, and they're going to be happy with you and develop your reputation as a company. Now you can see on your income track there's these kind of little zones here. Whites are currently in this zone, so it's going to cost them 3 coins from their cash. You go down cash, but go at 4 victory points. And you can see the grey and the browns are just sleeked into this one below, which is -2 for an increase of +3 victory points. So you don't have to, but it's quite nice to spend that money and hand that back to your shareholders and increase your value of your company that way. And then finally you go into expansion, and this goes in player order again. And if you did purchase one of these cards from the sustainable projects, you'd locate this on the actual globe map. Now, to start off with, you have to go on, well, there's certain starting procedures. If it's a free play game, you have to start on a free, but after that, you literally can place it anywhere around your existing corporations. You can't just go anywhere you want. So, for example, whites would have to go, around one of their existing ones. But depending on the colour and where you decide to put this, so where have I placed that red one? Here we go. So let's just assume white placed this. If they went here, that's fine. They've developed their organisation, they're in this market, but there's no matching colours currently next to it. But if they decided to go diagonally, which is legal, and they put one of their tokens on there, they now have direct competition or cooperation with the brown player here, because they're next to an existing industry that's the same colour. If they wanted to compete, these guys who place the tile, the white in this case, have number 3. 3 minus the strength of the existing tile is 1, it is going to be a difference of 2. So if they decide to compete, that difference will influence the income. Brown players will go down 2 income and the white players will gain 2 income. Or if you decide to cooperate, which is where you both earn, the difference would be the 3 plus the 1 divided by the 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Both players would go up 2 income. So you really have to decide, are you going to cooperate or are you going to compete? And that has a big influence on where your location on the globe is and what sort of cards you're investing in based on their strengths. And if you have a look at some of these, you can see, this hydrogen vehicles, a strength of 5, you've got social at 2, so you're kind of looking at the future market. You can see this jobs is at 5, it's going to cost you 16 and a bonus to all employees, so you're going to go down 5 income. So it's time as to when you're going to invest your corporation's profits into sustainable activities that favour you on this track here for victory points, which will become apparent soon. Now additionally, the globe is open to a 3-player game here, 4-player game when you have this part there, and the whole globe becomes open in a 5-player game. You can also circle around, so this grey player can go round to this side here and they can locate there, so you can compete in different aspects of the globe as well. And that is all very nicely demonstrated on here, so you can see what to do for competition is the difference and cooperation is the average. At the end of the round, you would discard any actions that haven't been used, so these 2, you would discard these as well. Now I should add that in a 3-player game you're -1, or in a 4-player game -1 is free, so you will only have that number of cards available. So in a 3-player game, of these 4, there's only 2 available, because 3 minus the 1 is 2. So if you don't bid correctly and your last on the player order, as grey here, you might not even get an opportunity to purchase one of those, which can really have a big impact on your game. And once you've replenished those, you move round to round, and after round 4 you can see this little symbol here, and this is all about PR. So there's some victory points up for grab here. Now PR is about temporarily increasing your marketing capabilities, and as you decide to purchase these potentially from round to round, you will secretly allocate these tokens, your marketing and PR, to these 4 areas which match the tech tree. And then once everyone reveals, you will increase and bolster those tech tree tracks using these tokens that have a kind of turquoise one, which temporarily increase it. You will then, whoever's furthest up and first will score 8 points, second, 4 and third will be 2 points. So in those higher player games, higher player counts, you know, it's going to be competitive to score those points. But then these are removed because that's kind of a temporary marketing strategy to hide the fact that maybe you haven't invested as much as an organization into some of these sustainable projects. Another icon here, you've got this sort of sustainability assessment. When that takes place, you will score points based on the track that has your lowest counter. So you can see greys here are on level 1, and you work your way to the left, they're going to score 4 points. White's lowest one is here, they're going to get 10 points, and brown is equally on there. So that is what this sustainability assessment is. There is another PR assessment, and then after round 10, that purple cards, you're going to score any of the cards you've acquired throughout the game, the actions, and score those. You're going to do another sustainability assessment. You're then going to score points based on the valuation of your company, so 12, 8 and 4, and that is based on how far you are on the income. So you don't want to utilize all your income and build in schools in Africa and all that lot. So there's some nice points for having a high income. And then finally, you've got that extra PR activity to try and get a few sneaky points and bolster yourself up these tracks. And that is it, folks. The most victory points on the outside will take the win, and that is Green Deal. Enjoy.